Now this, in my opinion, is the best way and the most efficient way to set calls in 2025. So this is setting 101, and this is my multiple six-figure framework that I've used with businesses, clients, people that I've trained to help them book calls, close deals, generate more revenue, and get more cash in the bank. So let's just run through it step by step, and I'm going to break each step down so it's understandable and digestible for you to take away from today, put into your VA's mind, put into your own DMs, and get some calls booked. So step number one is to build trust with your prospects. Now, you're not going to do this directly through the DMs. The work of this stage is largely going to be done by your content, your emails, your stories, and that's really where this whole process begins. Now, if someone can't trust you, they're not going to buy from you. They're not going to get on a call with you. They're not going to hand over their money to you. They're not going to invest in you. So it all starts here, and you largely do this through the content you put out, the emails you write, the stories you make, the results you post, everything like that. Okay, so let's say, for instance, we start a conversation with someone, whether they message us, whether we message them, we get a conversation going through sending them a lead magnet, and we just get the conversation flowing. We move on to point A. Now, point A is the most important part of this journey. Ultimately, it differentiates that person from being in a position to help to being in a position where they cannot be helped. So some essential things we want to find out in point A is we want to find out where they are now. Okay, so where are they in their journey? So what position they're in? Are they uncomfortable in their clothes? Are they 2 stone overweight? Are they 3 stone overweight? Have they got an eating disorder? Have they got self-sabotaging behaviors? We really want to paint the full picture of where that person is now, sort of what they're struggling with and everything like that. Then we want to move on to what they have tried. Now, through the process of elimination, we can help this person. So let's say, for instance, this person has tried keto, they've tried Slim Fast, Herbalife, the whole lot, okay? And nothing's worked. That's one of the most important things that we need to find out, because we need to get it into their head that what they've tried so far has led them ultimately to where they are right now, which is in our DMs and about to get onto a call with us. Then lastly, we need to find out why hasn't it worked. Now, it's quite obvious why it hasn't worked. Maybe they haven't stuck to it. Maybe they've tried fad diets. But the reason that we're actually asking this question and probing that information out to them is because we want them to sort of get into the mindset that what they've done hasn't worked and they need a fresh approach, okay? So those are just 3 simple frameworks, 3 simple concepts that you can use to find out point A, which is the most important point because it's the starting point. Now, we move on to point B, okay? This is where you're going to derive a lot of the emotion, a lot of the reasons that person is going to pull the trigger, and ultimately this is where you're going to find that juice that helps you sell when you get onto the sales call, okay? So number 1, we need to find out what is the dream goal. So where do they want to be? 12, 6, 18 weeks, months, you can say years, that's a long time. We want to find out where they want to be, okay? So what do they look like? What do they feel like? How do they act? How do they carry themselves? What does their day-to-day life look like? What you're doing here is you're getting them to really paint the picture of where they're going to be if they are able to achieve their dream goal and their dream outcome, okay? Now, that is the goal, okay? So this part here, this is what's known as the physical outcome, okay? So 9 times out of 10, this goal is going to be a physical outcome. So it's going to be a case of they want to feel better in their clothes. Obviously that's psychological too, but they want to feel better in their clothes, they want to lose weight, X, Y, and Z, okay? That's a physical outcome. That's not the strong emotional lever that you need to pull on in order to get the sale, get the call booked, okay? That's just the goal. Now, behind every goal, there is an emotion, okay? So there's an emotional need that they feel like they want to fulfill by accomplishing this goal. Okay, so I'm just gonna sort of drop you some truths right now. People do not want to lose weight. They don't want to achieve X, Y, and Z goal because they want that goal, okay? They want the feelings, they want the emotions that come with that goal. So the example that I always like to use with anyone I'm doing sales training with or clients or anything like that is that, yeah, someone might want to lose 10 pounds, they might want to lose a stone, they might want to lose 10 kilos, whatever. They might want to look good in a dress, okay? That's the physical outcome of this whole process. That's the dream physical outcome. But what we're not covering is the emotional desire to get there. There might be certain things going on in their life, like say for instance their partner might not find them as attractive, their girlfriend might not find them as attractive, they might not want to sort of like go on dates with their partner, they might not want to sort of get intimate with their partner because they're worried about how they feel or how they look like, with their clothes off, and that is causing quite an emotional hole in that person's brain, and it's actually carrying a lot of weight internally for them. Now, the key reason that we want to uncover this and find this out is because this is going to give you the strongest emotional lever to get them on a call, to get them closed. And it's going to give, obviously, if you have a setter, you have a VA, it's going to be crucial for the setter to find this out so that when you get into the sales call, if you're in a position where you have a setter, you just look at the conversation before you get in a sales call, you'll have this and you'll be aware of what this is and why it is that way. And this is going to create the strongest lever on a sales call for you. It'll prevent objections from coming up. It'll give you ammunition to handle objections when you get on the call. So this is the crucial part of this call setting mechanism, okay? Now, the reason, another sort of question that we can use, an alternative question, is why do they feel like they need to get there, okay? That also plays into sort of building urgency. So like, let's say for instance, you had a goal of losing 10 kilograms. Like, why do you feel like you want to get to that goal? They're going to want the confidence that's attached to the other side of that goal. They're going to want the physical outcomes that basically come from the other side of that goal. And ultimately, these two link together because they're sort of two parts of the same question. And ultimately, what we're drawing out here is we're drawing out a lot of feelings, a lot of emotion, and most importantly, a lot of ammunition that's going to get us more, like an increased likelihood, of us getting that person onto a sales call, okay? Now, this is very important, and this is what's going to get that person on a call, okay? Finding out where they are now, point A, finding out where they want to be, point B. Now, what's really going to sell the call to this person, what's really going to sell them you take an action as a whole, is the urgency. If people don't have a reason for urgency, they're going to put taking the action to achieve these goals to the side for 3 to 6 to 12 months, and they're not going to feel like they need to act. So it's very crucial that we establish urgency with every single prospect that we face, every single prospect we have a conversation with, every single prospect we get into a sales call. Now, a really good question to ask, there's two. There's one where you can paint consequences for them, so you can use consequence timelines for them, or you can sort of use their feelings. Obviously, they go hand in hand. So a good question to ask is, why do they need to get there now? What's changed in their mind? What switch has flipped in their mind? Has something happened that's made them feel like they want to get to this place now? Okay, that's a really good question that we can use to establish urgency to get someone on the call. Now, another strong, powerful question we can use that leverages the emotion and creates a lot of emotional leverage for us is asking, what are the consequences if they don't act? So what we can get prospect to do essentially is we can get them to envision a world where they don't take action, they don't act, they stay the same. And then that is going to create an internal feeling of like, shit, I do not want to be in this world. I don't want to have to experience that pain any more than I have to, which ultimately is going to lead them to getting on a sales call. Once we've leveraged all the information that we have from this section here, we can feed that in and we can propose the call as a map, a game plan to help them. So a super simple way to propose the call is, okay, look, the best thing for us to do is to have a chat on Zoom so I can go over how we can help you do X, Y, and Z. Do you feel like that would be helpful? Now, they're obviously going to say yes to that, and that is when we can get them onto the call, and we can use all of the information that we have ascertained in the DMs. If you're a coach and you've got a setter or VA, you can literally just look at the conversation and you can have all of this information available to you to use on a sales call. Now, this whole framework, this whole process has made my clients hundreds of thousands of pounds. And it's made me quite a decent amount in commission. And obviously for my own sales as well, it's helped me quite a lot. And this is the framework that I use, B2C, B2B, and it works a treat for either industry. So if you're in B2C sales, in B2B setting and B2B sales, use this and I guarantee you're going to get more calls booked, you're going to get more emotional leverage on the calls that you book, and ultimately you're going to close more. I hope you like this video. Put it to use this framework. If you want to screenshot it, if you want to have it for yourself, click one of the links down below and the link to this framework will be in there. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you next time.